Good morning, guys, and welcome to another edition of Saturday Morning Outdoors with Paul K. And we're going to have a little special, different edition this week. It's going to be about survival snares for your bug out bag. If you're new to these things, you have never seen them, you really need these for your bug out bag. And for short or more importantly, long-term survival. If you like this episode and like, subscribe. It's down here on this side, I think it is. Press that like button, subscribe, and you know what to do, guys. So let's get started. This is about survival snares, procuring protein meat in a survival situation and putting these in your bug out bag. They're lightweight for what you're getting, and they're really vital for long-term survival and very efficient and very cool. I mean, and just for varmint control around your house and trapping. And let's get started. I'll show you what I mean. So these are snares. Every trapper is familiar with these snares if you're into trapping fur-bearing animals, but I'm using them in the context for your bug out bag. And they're really a really versatile, great tool to have for getting wild game in long-term survival situations. And I'll show you how they work. These are the heavier ones. This gauge can handle the largest game animal, and they're totally illegal for using them out of your division and fisheries and wildlife rules in an illegal manner. But in a trapping situation, there's no rules. I'm trying to survive, or you're trying to survive, and you're trying to get meat in the most expedient way you can, and this is one of the ways to go about it. So these are heavy gauge. These can handle wild feral hogs, deer, they're extremely strong. And by the way, these snares are deadly. These snares are set up to kill by suffocation. And how they function is, on this end is a swivel. So you're going to attach this end either to a ground stake or a tree, or different scenarios wherever the game trail or the game burrow is located. You want to secure one end of it. This has a swivel on it, and the animal, when he first gets caught, is going to start spinning. So this keeps him from getting leverage and snapping the snare off. And this is extremely heavy cable, and no matter what gauge you get the right gauges appropriate. This is all you really need. A light gauge. You're probably going to get more meat with these, and if you're going for the big giant meat and long-term survival, these will get pulled down a deer or whatever large game animal will be caught in them. So on this end is the swivel, and you have the cable itself, and this is the actual snare itself. It's adjustable. You adjust the size of the loop to the animal's going to fit his head through that, walking down a game trail, and he's going to fit his head through it, and this being the end being attached to a stake or a tree or something, and it's going to tighten and tighten. Now these are called killer locks. They're only one way. They tighten, but they don't loosen. There are other locks that we use in trapping that as long as the animal exerts pressure on it, it will stay locked, but they're easier to get the animal loose after you've done trapped them. But with these locks, they're only one way. They just keep going tighter and tighter and tighter. The more the animal struggles, which of course that's his natural reaction going to be, the more this gets tightened, and it makes for an expedient kill. And this is what makes the elegance of these so great. They're lightweight, extremely strong, and like any trap, the old school way of survival, it's cool. Like in building fires on another episode that I did, you can rub two sticks together, you can do the There are many ways to procure fire, but just use your lighter. This is 2022. You're scared. You're in a survival situation. You want to expend the least amount of energy you can. Just use the lighter. Well, it's the same with these. You can build your figure 4 traps and all these elaborate traps that are going to take you 5 hours to construct each one, or you can use these. And each one of these that you have out is money in the bank. It's working for you all the time, 24 hours a day. Be sure to check them every day to be humane. You want to be humane to these animals, and you're looking for food, but you also don't want them to suffer. And these kill quickly, and it's humane. They are humane in procuring the meat that you want. They kill them very quickly, and they're lightweight and they're inexpensive. They're not expensive at all. This gauge here you can use for any relatively small game: rabbit, weasel, mink, possum, all that kind of stuff. And these here, like I say, these have the killer locks also on them. These locks here, those are the one way, and these are for the large game. So throw a bunch of these in your bag, 10 of each, say, and you would be set. Now, I want to put a disclaimer on here. I'm giving you this instruction to be used in a totally survival situation, and you must follow your game rules. Don't take game out of season with these. That's poaching, the oldest form. Don't do that. I'm speaking in a survival situation where your life is in danger and you're on the run from some type of emergency, and these will really help you out well. Get you plenty of meat. The more you put out, the more chance you have to get them. Also, so in setting these up, this end gets staked, and we have you want a stiff wire too, and the stiff wire gets stuck in the ground and gives the form of this if you want to put this over the trail like that. So that's another. You can use sticks too, and that's pretty much, they work for themselves. Use your head and figure out the height of where the animal's head is going to be walking down the game trail. Try to guesstimate that, and then set it up proportionately, and you'll get yourself meat. And invaluable, absolutely invaluable for your bug out bag. This is the way to go. This quick, easy, fast to get up, set up, very effective. You're not having to set up these elaborate traps that the wind blows over and everything. These can be used along game trails. If you find any animal's burrow, you stake this end down, and in your yard, if you have woodchucks or something like that, put that right around his hole, right? Or just about the diameter of his hole, and they'll come through that hole and they'll get caught and you'll have them. And there's so many uses you can think of, and trappers have been using these for a long time. And these can be got at any trapping supply. Look online, and there are many trapping supplies throughout the country, and you'd be surprised how inexpensive these are, and for the price that you pay for these, they're so well worth it, 100% for your bug out bag. So with that, I hope you enjoy this episode of Saturday Mornings Outdoors. I hope it give you a little bit of valuable information and add on for your bug out bag. You need these for your bug out bag. And if you play around with them for a day or two out in your backyard and see how they work, you'll absolutely love these things. And they're very, very efficient and very practical to use in the bug out bag. So we'll see you next time. And thanks for watching.